The newly redesigned Google Sites is very kid-friendly and easy to use in the classroom. So let's take a quick tour. First of all, to get to Google Sites, if you're logged into your district Google Drive account already, you can click the app picker in the upper right-hand corner and click on Sites. You can also go to sites.google.com. Over here on the left-hand side, there's a link that takes you straight out to the new Google Sites. If you accidentally hit create by mistake, you will have the option here to click out to go to new sites and create your website in the new sites format. So if you click here, it'll take you out to the new Google Sites dashboard. So to create a new Google site, you're going to click the orange plus button in the bottom right-hand corner. You can also create a new Google site from within Google Drive in the new Google Sites format by clicking New, More, and then choosing Google Sites. And welcome to your new web page. Let's edit the template. So right away you can give your website a name, and you can also give your welcome or your home page a title. And then over here in the upper right hand corner you'll see all of the features, and you'll see three major tabs: the Insert tab, the Pages tab, and the Themes tab. So let's start with Themes and go ahead and pick a theme that you like. You might go through and scroll through and play with different colors and see what looks best to you. And once you have a theme that you like, let's check out the Pages tab. So Pages just means here are all the different pages that make up your web page. Now the type of pages that you add will really depend on what kind of website you're making. If you're a classroom teacher and you're making a classroom website, then you might have, an about page, a page for homework, a page for resources. If you're a student making a portfolio, you might add a page for math and a page for science and a page for language arts. So at the bottom, to add pages, you see a little plus, and you can either add a new page or you can add a link. Now if you're a classroom teacher, an example for a link would be maybe you're going to link out to the district web page as an example. But I'm going to pretend that this is the teacher website, and I'm going to click New Page, and I'm going to make this an About page. Okay, and give it just a second to add it. So this is my About page, and you see that it's added it here, and you'll also notice now that there is a navigation menu that's being built across the top of your web page, which will allow your visitors to go through each page that you've created. So on your Pages tab, I have my home page, and if I click on it, it'll take me to my home page, and it'll also show me which one is selected. I'm on the home page right now, and if I click on About, now I'm on my About page. Now let's customize our pages just a little bit. So something cool about this is that you can have a different banner, a different image, a different header for every different page that you create of your site. So for example, I can choose, do I want to have no banner, no image at all? Do I want to have a regular banner, a large banner, or do I want to have a large cover banner that pretty much covers the entire page? So you can choose what type of banner you have, and then you can also choose what image to use here by changing the image. You can either upload something you have on your own computer, or you can select an image that's already built into Google, or do a search, something that you have on your Google Drive. It's really up to you. So on the About page, maybe I choose this laptop one here. And now I have this image on my About page, but if you go to my home page, I have a slightly different image here. So you can have different header images on each of your different pages. So on the home page here, I might choose something different. Great. There we go. Okay, so my home page has this beachy feel, and then my About page. If I need to flip back and forth between the different pages that I'm editing at any given time, I can either use my menu up here, go to my About page or my home page, or I can come over here and click Pages and click on the pages here. So now if I'm on the home page and I go back to the Insert tab, let's take a look at the different things that I can insert onto my web page. So of course I have basic things like a text box or images, or I can upload things. I also have the ability to embed some simple code. External tools from other Web 2.0 websites where they give you some code so you can embed it onto another web page. This would be the ability to put in some code. So let's start with something simple with a text box. It's a single one click, and it adds a text box to your page. Now you'll notice that you have the ability to type in here as much as you want. You have some editing features here, some formatting features. You can also delete this text box at any point. You can change the color of the background of this section of text if you wanted to. You can duplicate it, again, delete it here. So this would be your text. You can also add images, same idea. You can have things on your Google Drive. So students have organized images on their Google Drive. They could do that too, or a search. You can also then upload things from your computer. that you are going to use. If you wanted to have a divider between content, you can just put a dividing line. Any files you have on your Google Drive, you have this option here to pull from Drive. Other Google embeds include things like YouTube videos will embed beautifully right onto your web page, Google Calendars if you're using those, if you have a Google Map. And then down here, Google Docs, any docs, slides, sheets, forms, or charts that you've created in Google Drive can also very beautifully be embedded right here onto the web page just by clicking on it. So if I were to click on Docs, it would take me to all of the docs that I have in my Google Drive and let me select something to pull in and drop into this section. Another nice feature is the drag and drop functionality. So if I have some text over here, and then I wanted to add an image to accompany this text, I would click Images, and I can pull from, I'm going to pull from my Google Photos albums or Google Drive, grab an image and select it, and it's going to put it right into my web page. You'll notice over here, much like the text box, it's its own little section. I can change the color of the section, I can duplicate it, I can delete it, I can resize my image, I can crop the image directly here on the screen if I wanted to. I can also link the image. So a lot of you who like to build your web pages and create those nice little graphic buttons that link to other places or other pages, this is a really awesome feature for you. You would build your images, so store them in Google Drive, pull them in, and then link those little button icons to other web pages using the insert link functionality of an image. But in this case, I've got my image here and it goes with this text, and I just wanted to show you that I can drag and drop my image to move it around. So if I wanted the image to be right aligned, I could do that, and it's going to show me these guidelines as I'm going where I can place it. So I can move the image around, but if I want the image to go along with this text, I can also pick up the image and drag it up and put it alongside of the text box. Notice how it puts that little line there, and I can move the image to go along with the text. I can also take an image and drop it into the same box as my text, and it will put it above or below the text blurb. And that's really the basics of creating a website on Google Sites. It's really that simple. It's just a matter of adding the pages that you need for your site and then using the Insert tab to insert content onto those pages to fit your needs. And since this is Google Sites and it's a Google tool, you'll be happy to know that it does support multiple editors and sharing to collaborate on a web page. So if you're doing group projects, to share your site and give edit rights to others, you would click the familiar share icon in the upper right corner, and there you can invite people to edit on your web page. At any point while you're working on your web page, you can click the little eyeball icon, which will let you preview what your website looks like for other people when they visit. You can also test down here what it would look like on a phone or a tablet or a computer, which is kind of cool. And then when you click the X, it'll take you back into edit mode. And then if you're happy with your work, you can click the publish button. And there you go. There's Google Sites in a nutshell.